Okay, so we have LG dishwasher here, and we have getting a code ME. And according to the manual, it says a vario motor. This little guy here looks like there's a leakage happening there. When I was testing the motor, it was still working, so that's kind of bizarre. But we put a new motor in, and we still got the code. So I'm gonna have to take it apart and take a look what's happening there. And what that motor does is, see the hole there? Looks like that's where the water comes out, and there's a white piece there. And basically, when that turns with that hole, it tells which arm to spray water to, and there's a switch there that finds the position of that motor. So I think what's happening is not finding the position of the motor, or the motor not spinning. So one of three things: motor, the switch, or the control board. And right now the washer will not even start, so you will have to basically get into diagnostics mode to find out if the other components are fine. And to do that, you gotta push this power and start button together. You can't do that with one hand, and all the lights light up, and then you just keep pressing start button every few seconds to try different components, and at the end it will tell you the error code, and basically little n and e. Sometimes it will throw the code right in the middle of the cycle, but sometimes it will just keep sitting there, run the pump once, and then don't do nothing, and just keep sitting there quiet, and you're wondering what's going on with it, but it's actually in the error mode, trying to figure out the motor. And yeah, that's the beef with this one. And for this model, this is the model number right here, it does have a warranty on the direct drive motor, which is a good motor, but for some reason sometimes it gets louder and louder and like a grinding sound. And the main circulation pump motor is actually under warranty for 10 years, so, and it's not too hard to replace, but you have to call the LG. They will ship you a new motor, and you can install it and have it running nice and quiet again. So I've replaced a lot of those on these, but this guy I haven't have to deal with. I think there's a seal that's busted there, and it's leaking some water in it, so I'm just gonna lubricate that with silicone, and hopefully that motor will last a while. Otherwise we might have to get the new seal assembly. I looked it up online, and it's a couple week wait, so we're just gonna go with that first. Hopefully we can get this thing fixed. Yeah, I'll update you what's going on. Oh, by the way, to get this arm out, just 2 screws. You really don't need to do that, but I wanted to see what it looks like in there, so I started taking it apart from the inside. So, but I'm gonna pull it out, flip it upside down, and try test the switch first, the power to that vario motor, and if everything's okay, then we're gonna have to probably replace the control board. So, alright, I'll keep you updated on the progress with this guy. Thanks. Okay, so I took a bunch of screws out here, and this thing comes up, and that's what it looks like back there. And this is the diverter valve. So I think the water is getting into this little guy here, the seal. I looked up, this thing can be bought online, but it's a couple week wait. We're gonna try, probably if we can get that to work, we'll pull that out and silicone it with the silicone grease. And I'm not sure what this position that this guy should be, but I think it's probably not right. I think it's stuck where it's not supposed to be. So, and that's why the dishwasher is not starting. Okay, well, good news. So the motor was actually unplugged, and that's why it wasn't running. He put it in right, but the connection somehow came apart. And this is the switch wire that I was suspecting could have been the switch not sensing the motor spinning, but I'm pretty sure the motor is fine now, it's spinning. And we're gonna plug it back in and see how it works. To replace this guy it's quite an endeavor. You gotta, so this is the motor from this side. This, you can see one screw there, one screw over there, and one screw over there. Removing the base would be easier, but I think that can be done. So, and yeah, if you get the NE code, this is the guy that you need to replace. Another thing for this model is the main motor that gets noisy. The bearing starts getting louder and louder as you run it. And to replace that motor, gotta take these clamps off, this connection, I think one more clamp over there, and these rubber mounts. It's actually pretty easy to take it apart. So and then the thermistor wire have to be connected to, and the heater cables. That motor has a lot going on in it. It's a 10-year warranty, so you can call LG and get that shipped to you, and either you have a technician put it in for you, or you can put it in yourself. So we're gonna put this back together, see how it works. Okay, so I'm gonna pack this area with silicone grease. So then it will help protect the seal, and hopefully new water not gonna come in there. So that's the goal. And when I installed the little flange there, and I ran it already, flange was in a different position, so we know the diverter motor is running now. Okay, so here we go. Yep, looks like so before this hole was kind of stuck here in between, so right now that was lined up to spray to the top arm. So now we found this position and it's gonna work. Alright, let's put it back together. Okay, so here it is. These are the screws for to take the spinner arm, and then I'll take the rest off. So yeah, it's doing all the clicking. That's like sensing the motor. The clicking is the relays on the board. It's testing itself.
I was gonna say, because it never did clicking before.
Yeah,
So.
it was just, it would run the pump once and then it would just totally quiet, sitting there. So now I think I heard the motor spin a little.
Yeah.
Yep, now is the pump. Now the water going in. Okay, I think we're through the hump. So we'll run the full cycle. See if we don't get an error code. We should be good.